Establishing battlefield control. Stand by.
Hey people, 5 Aces here, and do you think Santa Claus has been coming to town? Nope, he's been going to town, and him and his elves have cobbled together an amazing build in their workshop slash sweatshop over there in the North Pole. We've got a new release, we've got a new decade, and look what features we have now. Look at this. This is seamless zooming in OpenRA, as well as a modernized spectator interface. How cool is that? Will forever be a pivotal moment for OpenRA. But enough about that, let's find the right zoom level. As we introduce our players for today, you might have guessed by the howls, we're not only on Tournament Rift, we're also in Shattered Paradise. So the apocalypse has happened, it's obviously 2020, so yeah, why not? Yeah, introducing our players, spawning in the Western Fronts as the GDI, as per usual. He is the mortal enemy of the attack move. His catchphrase is, "Oh, we won? I bet against us." It's JackoDerp. That's right, I've been featuring him a lot lately, but he's an up-and-coming player. He's also just representing just about every mod community in OpenRA nowadays. And his opponent, he's all Zerg minus the rush. It's Eskimo, aka the Arbiter. Very noticeable color scheme from him. And spawning is not in the Eastern Fronts, alright, and yeah, we know his playstyle, you know. Sit back, macro up, and then drown your enemy in a massive wave of steel. Okay, let's see how this is going. A very passive early game thus far. Gives me some time to talk about some upcoming changes. This is also going to be implemented into Red Alert, by the way, so this is just the standard OpenRA thing that's going to happen, yeah. Zoom levels are going to be a thing in the base game, as well as all the other mods. Which is super awesome, I really like that. Just makes it so much smoother, zooming in and out. Only problem is that right now my zoom button doesn't work, so I probably have to reset and fiddle with my hotkeys. But that's a topic for another day. And we're seeing a War Factory rush out from Mr. Arbiter. A War Factory rush for both. And Wolverine first for Jacko, so just trying to put on some early aggression. But this is a large map, so there is more than enough time to react, especially if you've got a Rifle Scout. Not Scout gladly sacrificing his life, GDI Scout being just a little bit more hesitant, not as committed to giving his life for some nice scouting information there. The Derrick, it's always so hard with this color scheme, but the Derrick has been taken by Eskimo. And there's gonna be just a little safeguard here. So what's the follow-up? Just more Harvesters, yeah, that sounds like an Eskimo build for sure. And the transition is gonna be Service Depot. Nothing just yet for Jacko. Okay, he's going for another Rift. That's a weird build. So he's gonna be really behind in the Service Depot timing. Double buggy out now, but no infantry. So that's just for scouting probably. Maybe putting on some psychological pressure. And the Wolverine is coming very far forward. If this were a double Rift build with lots of infantry, he would have been dead right now. Ooh, you can... Right now we're highlighting the... That's not even original zoom levels. That's like higher than the original zoom levels. We're gonna put that away, because that highlights just how shady the original, how shady it is when you zoom in close up. By the way, I've also got a weird bug. I don't know what triggers it, but right now, 1 out of 2 times, whenever I'm trying to box select something, it doesn't work. You can see me trying to box select, and I'm clicking my mouse every single time, but sometimes it just doesn't. Sometimes it just doesn't make a box, so I don't know what that is about. If someone else has the same problem, please confirm, because Pshode is always looking for feedback on the playtests, and this is obviously based on a dev test as far as I'm aware. Okay, APC now out with double engineer, so he's trying to go on a little Tabirum well raid, trying to snag some of those valuable resources. Also building the service depot and immediately patching up the Wolverine, but it's a very delayed service depot, all things considered, and the blob is starting to grow. Yeah, this is Eskimo. Just doing Eskimo things. They have... Wow, Ganon has nerfed the ever-living crap out of the Raider Buggy's main gun. They don't do damage versus infantry anymore, and conversely, not to anything else either. Because they are just meant to be terrible without any passengers to shoot out from the back seat, I guess. Too bad it's not visual. Too bad like the visuals aren't really there. Okay. Ooh, the APC is turreted, I forgot about that. But it is super slow, as evidenced here. It's crawling its way down. If, honestly, with the line of sight advantage from the Raider Buggies, Eskimo could stick around and just try to get an ambush, get the jump on the engineers, but that would be a 200 IQ play. He instead opted... Wow, okay, double engineer for him as well. So he instead opted to go for another 200 IQ play, which is feinting aggression. Oh, and then transitioning into 2 radar buggers with engineers. So the opponent's like, they're just scouts. Haha, joke's on you, I'm gonna reclaim the entire map. Not MCV, choo-choo, the pain train has arrived. I really like that voxel, it just looks so cool. Ha! As per usual, tick tanks being revealed by a single scout, and yeah, they're struggling. Welcome aboard the struggle bus. Trying to go for crushes now. No dodge here. Obviously there is no auto dodge in SP, so this was unless Jacko had paid manual attention, this was always going to result in a crash. Laser turret, laser turret finishing it off here. There's a Marine. Is that in line of sight? Oh, Marine is not in line of sight, that's a bit annoying. So he might get the engineer sniper, it now is. Also like this civilian, what is it doing? Phasing through the cliff. Is that not in range? Oh! JackoDerp notices it, but I don't think he has got the DPS. Nope, he doesn't. Ends up losing the Derek for it. Tipwell, that is. That's pretty good. That is honestly a very good value proposition. On the north end side, he was busy fending off 3 tick tanks, 1 died. Yeah. Yeah. God damn it, JackoDerp. He's learned from Ganon. You can see that he's learned spreading his rifle scouts from Ganon. Yeah. Look, they even take damage from rifles, given enough time. It's like one of those math problems. Given an infinite amount of time, how long does it take for 2 rifle scouts to delete an entire tick tank fleet? Oh my lord. Yeah, Crusaders are starting to appear. It's one of those classic things for Eskimo, where he's forfeiting rocket infantry so much, but he's going for demo bikes. He's also going to couple it with a helicopter rush and basically a scouting unit to find hits into the dead center of the blob. That might actually be very, very crucial. Might be a pivotal demo bike if this connects here. Oh my lord. This has been revealed. Ooh, nope, not connecting just yet. Oof, that was close. Some grazing damage onto the phalanx. Would be nice to have some medics to counteract that. Now he's setting out the scout. He should have done that beforehand, to be honest. But who are we to judge? We're just the casters and observers. Ooh. Radar bug is still out there, and one of them still has an NG as well. That is an APC drop. Probably 5 phalanx, if I were to guess. Also following it up with a nice little rifle scout. Very good. It's so interesting. Some units in SP, and especially infantry, are relatively tanky. And then you've got helicopters. Helicopters are not tanky. Ooh. Some chip damage onto the blob, still no medics. But yeah, the big connect was not there. So this demo bike has inadvertently been fended off nicely. This is probably going to be a nice eco raid. If he undeploys here, if he doesn't go too deep, don't go into range. Ooh, he's cutting it close there. That is probably a bit too close for comfort. Ooh! Nice little sneak attack, but only 2 tick tanks. Probably not amounting to much. Okay. One of the phalanx dies. Rest stay alive, but a super early MCV timing comparatively speaking for Arbiter. I know it's like 9 minutes, but come on. Comparatively speaking. Harpy's trying to get some damage onto the MCV. That's no. That ain't happening. It actually does more damage when the MCV is deployed, which is very counterintuitive to anyone who has played OpenRA, because usually MCVs are more vulnerable when they're undeployed, not in SP. Like they've got vehicle armor, and that almost, and that like can absorb more damage against some types than any other type of damage. Okay, Harvester gets traded out for all the phalanx. That's fine. It's a pretty good. Ooh, I hear an obelisk going off. Okay, there's also an EMP cannon, that's pretty cool. Let's see the support power tab. That's still 2 minutes. Wait! That was a hit dead in the center. That is not 2 minutes shy of coming off. That just got fired. Oh my goodness, close range EMP cannon barrage. Oh! The AoE, everything dying on both sides. But ultimately, I think with the Titans going down, Eskimo is gonna win that engagement. He's gonna come out on top of that one. Wow. Also, he only lost lots of militants, like, even though lots of his units died. Yeah, most of them were worthless year 1 cadets anyway. Which is the way things tend to go when you play with Nord. Oh, tier 3, and he's even got the Toxin Commando in the mix. That one is so cool. It now works properly. It used to not do that, and that was a bug, but it now actually slows down vehicles. Because it doesn't do damage to vehicles, or not much per se, but it slows them down to a crawl. And that is such a crucial, asset to have in an army. Especially when you're chasing it. Yeah, look at that MRLS, it's completely caught. Oh, it is stranded. My goodness, he's going deep. This might actually already be the hint. Let's see. This is the end. Everything is rotating. How do you stop this cluster of units? Tick tanks. There's the Toxin Commando in the mix. She's just gonna be able to snipe anything that comes out of the war out of the racks. And the war factory is also probably gonna be a bit pointless here. He's trying to focus it down with jump jets, and there is no notable anti-air to speak of. Alright. Interesting. 20 seconds in the impulse as well. Oh! Are the jump jets, are they actually the key here? Toxin Commando gets another building shot off. Very good. Oh, slows down the MCV. That's it for the MCV probably. Can't deploy anywhere in the vicinity. Nice snipe on the MCV. All he needs to do now is kick the power, and he's got this in the bag. It's looking very good thus far for Jacko, for Eskimo. Jacko just bleeding from all orifices. Oh, there are the Eagle Guards. That is a very good counter. That was a super smart transition. At first, waiting for the jump jets to kick in. Then there was no anti-air. He focused on the infantry, and now the Eagle Guards are allowed to go to town because they do not only slow down enemy vehicles, they stun them. Like a 1 or 2 second EMP stun. That's pretty cool. Right-hand side, though, we've got another incursion. I'm so not used to zooming. This is so cool. But I'm gonna do it a lot, so... sorry to all of those who don't like the camera movements. Oh, tick tanks are trying to burrow here. Trying to burrow in the soft ground. Yeah, soft soil. There we go. Pretty good. Choo-choo train. The pain train trying to take a more northbound route this time around. And Jacko losing his refinery. Losing it to the Spectre. By the way, again, just the lack of willingness to build anti-air is staggering. I don't know why Eskimo isn't doing that. Like, yeah, here, have an obelisk. I've got flamers, I've got militants, what else do I need? Like, it's not my opponent can build air units or anything on tier 3. Let's see what the tier 3 unit of choice is gonna be, because I think Eagle Guards... Oh, they shut down obelisks as well. Right, I forgot about that. Oh, and they reset the cooldown of the weapon. That is a pretty cool interaction. Well, not cool for the NOT player, but really cool for the GDI player, because it basically not only does it stun the obelisk for a second, but it also resets the firing animation, which takes like maybe 0.75 seconds to charge up. So it gives you an extra negative damage multiplier from the obelisk. Basically, as long as there's Eagle Guards around, this thing won't shoot. I'm also kicking a refinery, so it's, yeah, Jacko's starting to push back here. But that's the Kingmaker right now. Pally Cruiser. Basically no air units from Jacko, apart from jump jets, and they can't deal with air themselves. So no air-to-air combat units is what I'm trying to get at. The artillery is still falsely primed on a wrong location. Also gonna get flanked, yeah. No anti-air. Wow, the AoE. I didn't know they had AoE. It doesn't look like it. It looks so puny. Ooh, he's trying to go deep with the Harpies. This is probably not even a good trade. I mean, he killed a couple of Eagle Guards, but yeah. I don't know about that one. He's trying to inflict some damage with the Pally Cruiser. But the Mammoth tanks are starting to roll out. And against Mammoth tanks, stealth tanks are the obvious choice, but also ticks. Burrowed ticks, if you can get an ambush off, work really, really well. There is something lurking in the shadows, though. And in he goes. Oh, reveals himself in the Harvester. So this gives some prep time to Eskimo. Yeah, he needs to start busting out the flamers right now. Right here, right now. Oh, some AoE. But only a couple of units visible. That's pretty cool. It's basically an ambush. Ooh. Down goes one of the Pallies, the other one staying alive for now. Oh, the Mammoth does so much anti-air damage. Yeah, forgot about that one. as do direct hits on from Spectres. Spectres don't mess around. If they hit anything, it's dead. Like, problem is getting them in a position where they can hit. Oh, a scan being used. Very smart choice. The spy satellite, does he have to capture that? Let's see. No, apparently that's just a... Huh, where does that come from? Okay, stealth tank getting some sick crushes, no dodge whatsoever. But one of the stealth tanks down, the other one probably gonna lose the duel. Oh wow, it's gonna win the duel to the APC barely, despite its low health. And now the flamers with the AoE can start cleaning up. That was a very good hold from Eskimo. Well played. I'm wondering, is it the GDI radar that gives you the scan? Probably because it has a timer. Yeah. Must be GDI radar. It makes sense, again, because, yeah, how else would you detect against Nod? I think Wolverines are detectors. All right hand side, another massive infantry blob. Eagle Guards. Against this, you need mass infantry. Flamers would do, Flamers with a front line of militants would do miracles here. Also the Toxin Commando, but I don't think he's in a position, economically speaking, where he can afford that right now. It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. Not the worst. Not great, not bad. But the tech center stays alive, crucially, and as does the infrastructure. So nothing of too much value has been lost. Ah! Raider Bug is getting shut down immediately. That would be the case for Demo Bike, but yeah, also Spectre. Ooh, is it Spectre time? What time is it, sir? It is Spectre o'clock. The Harvesters, by the way, cannot be harassed because they can't be seen. There's no detector here. That's also pretty nice, so... As long as the Spectres floats around here, eco-harassment is basically impossible. Yeah, Spectres traditionally very bad at on the move, as evidenced here. Not getting friendly fire connects, fortunately. Mammoth tanks, yeah, so many of them right now. Is that a 4? No, only 3 war factories for now. That still is a significant number. Oh no. That's a wave of steel clashing in here. The Obelisk... Did he not use the EMP cannon there? That would have been the perfect time for an EMP cannon to hit. Oh, that's unlucky. That was a lapse in judgment right there, or just a slip of attention. Because he could have wiped this entire army. He would eventually have lost the base to the Juggers anyway, but yeah, he could have killed full mammoths basically for free. In goes one scout. Ah, shooting at everything. He's got his work cut out for him. Look at that poor guy. Good luck. Meanwhile, the actual army is trying to flank and trying to get a flank on the Juggers. Ooh, one of them getting really low. Yeah, that army's probably dead, but he might trade it. Honestly, the Pally Cruiser should not be in the front lines. Oh no. Oh no, that's gonna be a horrible crash. That is gonna crash land on his entire infantry block. That was a minus 75 IQ play, I'm gonna be honest right there. Yikes. Eskimo not paying attention to the Pally Cruiser positioning. That was a big one. Spectres are trying to go invis again. Oh, cloak hits right there. Wait, aren't those detectors? Yeah, they are. They just can't. They just don't have the DPS. That's fair. Okay, so with that out of the way, 6 Spectres are here now. That is gonna melt through bases like butter. I thought it would have been a mistake to go for this engagement, but right now it's looking pretty good. This looks like base trade time o'clock, if we're being honest. Oh, nicely sharing custody of the Tiberium wells. That is a very fast sportsmanship. Yeah. As soon as the hits connect, just look at the health depleting. 1, 2, 3, 4 shots needed for a war factory, and they're not like RA artillerists, they're accurate. If you right-click a building with them, and they're in range, they are gonna obliterate it. Spectres, yeah, don't mess around with those. Yikes. Big flank on the right-hand side, though, so it basically boils down to who can flank faster, and who can finish the opponent's base faster. What's the eco? Ooh. Yeah, we might have a problem here. There is not a single harvester left. He's basically on one tip well. He's making it work on government support. Oh no! 2 mammoth tanks finding their way flanking into the Spectres, and that was the one ticket that Eskimo actually had. He's calling GG, maybe prematurely so. I think he could have played this for a bit longer. Even losing his base to this army, he could have rotated his MCV over, waited for the tip well to give him enough cash to build a refinery somewhere in a hidden corner, And meanwhile, he had enough punch left to kick the base here. So that would have been his big ticket, provided that he landed some shots onto the infantry blob with the Spectres. And that the Spectres stayed alive, obviously. But I think the Mammoth tanks would have gone down quite fast because 2 pallets were in there. So, yeah, maybe a bit too early. Nice flank, well played from JackoDerp. Well played from Eskimo as well, sans a couple lapses here and there. But awesome game altogether, showcasing some of the new features, showcasing some of the new balance changes of SP as well. With that out of the way, there's going to be an SP stream very shortly. And an RV stream, a Roman of Vengeance stream to follow, because both of those mods have made amazing progress. And we're going to showcase that, obviously. I really like SP, it's just becoming such a complete mod for multiplayer. If anyone knows what the bug with the mouse... Look at this, I am clicking and not releasing. And sometimes it does it regardless. Oh, I can't reproduce it now. Yeah, that's the showcasing effect. Anyway, thank you for watching. That's a super promising start to the new OpenRA year 2020. Yeah, maybe catch you in the streams if you're feeling lucky and want to risk it, jump in for a couple games or just spec a bit. Would be awesome to have you guys there, and girls. Thank you for watching, I'll see you next time. 5 Aces, out.
Battle control offline.